Sparks don't always catch on the first strike. Sometimes it takes multiple tries, multiple attempts at friction to light something. That's what Milan and Verona became for me. These quiet attempts to rediscover the part of myself that once craved adventure. It's a strange feeling when something that used to be second nature, like travel, starts to feel unfamiliar. There is a brutal honesty to travel that gets lost in the way we romanticize it. The language you don't speak, the cultural cues you miss, and the loneliness of not knowing where you are. Milan reminded me of that. 2 days in, I thought, maybe I'll never enjoy this again. I was deep in my head, but sparks aren't guaranteed. They're built, they're struck, and there's no perfect timeline to getting your spark back. It takes time and tries. Milan reminded me of that. This next act of my life is about finding joy again. But I'm realizing that joy doesn't come without fear. Yes, I've lost my finesse. I overpack, I hesitate, I doubt, and I'm much more reserved than I used to be. But at least I don't search for answers in corners around the world the way I used to. Travel isn't about escaping anymore. It's about joy. What qualifies someone to give advice on love and loss? That's the question I kept thinking about on my train ride to Verona. Is it having your heart broken at least once? Is it knowing unrequited love? Does it have to involve a person, or can heartbreak over dreams count too? Or what about losing yourself in grief so deeply you barely recognize who you are? Or maybe it is having a successful kind of love, whatever that means. Maybe none of it qualifies me. Maybe it all does. But it was from these fragments of my own life that I tried to answer the letters sent to Juliet. Some of these letters were from teenagers experiencing love for the first time. Some were from teachers who read the story to their class and, out of tradition, wrote to Juliet. Others were women approaching their 30s, wondering, when is it my time? Where is my love? And some were even asking about romantic love at all, but how to become a whole person. And others were asking, how do I love the world after deep and painful heartbreak? I offered what I could, my small, quiet experiences, hoping that maybe in my words, they find a little comfort. I know I did in their letters. In the setting of one of the world's greatest love stories, I found the beginning of my own, not in another person. That love and that question is written in my own letter I sent to Juliet. But in the way I noticed myself slipping back into a version I missed.